To me, my education is my independence. It gives me a way for life.
In Hancock County, there's a lot of people that don't have that because they don't have an education.
Community in schools has helped me be something that is not the stereotypical Hancock County. There's a couple of us that have went to college in our class, but there is a couple that struggle with addiction, whether that's drugs or alcohol. The ones that I see that are struggling now didn't have the support that we did, and they didn't have communities in schools. They didn't have a Lindsay. They were quiet. They struggled alone.
Hancock County is a beautiful place, a tight-knit community. Everybody kind of knows everybody. There's not a lot of opportunity in Hancock County, so most of the time when people graduate, they move. I came to Hancock County High School to work. The student population had changed significantly. Our county's had a lot of issues with addiction over the last several years, and you could really tell that has affected our young people in the county.
When you have a child who lives in poverty, who's maybe been through an abusive situation, their parents are in jail, it can be overwhelming as a helper, as an educator, as a school system, as a community on how we're going to help those students.
There are a lot of people in our county that don't want you to succeed. They don't want you to become somebody, and they're not going to support you. But Lindsay was like, you got this. I want to see you succeed. And I think that that is the big impact she made in my life.
There were so many kids that didn't really see past, well, what happened after graduation. There was really no plan at that point, and a lot of kids just thought this was it. You know, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to fall into the same pattern that my family did, and it doesn't have to be that way.
About 1 in every 4 of our students are economically disadvantaged, and that's in our school and our community. Looking at that at a state and national level, it's a lot higher than the national average.
Communities in schools works in the small pieces, in the relationships. They fill in the cracks so the foundation is stronger.
If there was conflict at home, if there was something going on outside of school that was maybe affecting the way that they were able to participate while they were at school, you know, let's talk about it. Let's talk about how we can work through that.
Lindsay was there to tell me that I could do it. She gave me a reason to come to school every day. She was always there to listen. Sometimes we would cry, sometimes we would laugh, and sometimes she would be like, what are you doing? And then other times she would just support me and help me to move forward.
So I had a really close relationship with my grandmother right when I met Lindsay, or a little after. She passed away, and right before that my parents divorced, and so me and Lindsay still talk every day. We can goof around. She still listens. I could call her any minute, any moment, and she'll answer and listen without judging. And that's how it'll always be, and that's how it's always been for all of us. Not just me, but for any of us.
Lindsay likes to say that I'm smart, and I'm very determined. I struggled at school, but nobody knew it. Lindsay's was a place I could goof around and act totally dumb and the weirdo I was, and I was accepted there. I thought that I had it all together, which I mean, I did a good job. I had lost my mom. My brother had cancer that he battled through. I remember one day we just got to talking about my mom, and I was like, oh, this is nice. Just someone to know and to talk. And she would just let me know how proud of me that she was.
So in working with the kids and learning more about them and what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, and trying to play on those strengths, it was very important to know that they have a place at the school, in this world, in life.
Lindsay impacted what I want to do for myself in the future, just to change lives of others, be an impact to them, be a help to them, be a light to them. We just have to live higher than the stereotype of Hancock County.
It's the little points, the little pieces that when we have those touch points together, that it equals strength in the end. And communities and schools provides those extras. It's the little bit by little bit. And they do it with discretion and humility.
With communities and schools, since they've been involved in our school system, we feel like that it has boosted students' confidence and morale. Even if they have a rough economic background, they have accessibility to the things they need here at school. And by giving those students those things, it can only make them be more successful in the future.
A lot of our kids don't have a consistent person in their life who has the time to sit and maybe talk through some issues or give a lot of guidance. And I think that is one of the biggest needs, is to be a supportive person that shows up every day and motivate them to want to come to school, graduate, and then do something maybe bigger and better than they thought that they could when they started here.
I'm Anna. I'm studying occupational therapy at Walter State.
I'm Madison, and I'm studying elementary education at Walter State.
I'm McKinley, and I'm studying nursing at East Tennessee State University.